Latitudes and longitudes. Learning objectives. Understand latitude and longitude. Let us identify important latitudes. Recognize longitude facts. Explore international dateline. Learn measuring time. Locate places on Earth. Utilize coordinate system. Startup. The imaginary lines on the globe help us find specific places on Earth. Lines of latitude run east to west, and the lines of longitude run north to south. Important lines of latitude are the equator at 0 degrees, the Tropic of Cancer at 23.5 degrees north, the Tropic of Capricorn at 23.5 degrees south, the Arctic Circle at 66.5 degrees north, and the Antarctic Circle at 66.5 degrees south. The prime meridian at 0 degrees longitude runs through Greenwich, England. The international dateline at 180 degrees east and 180 degrees west marks the boundary between one day and the next. So, what are the names of the lines that run horizontally and vertically on the globe? Wonderful, children. Excellent. The Earth is represented on the globe with many horizontal lines and vertical lines. These imaginary lines help us to locate specific places on the Earth. Lines of latitude. Lines of latitude are horizontal circles on the Earth running from east to west. They are always equidistant and are also called parallels of latitude. Read the facts about latitudes. They are measured in degrees. The 0 degree latitude, the equator, is the longest and it divides the Earth into northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Latitudes become shorter towards the poles. Latitude in the north hemisphere have a N for north and those in southern hemisphere have a S for south. Do you know? The equator, which is the longest line of the latitude, crosses 3 continents, 13 countries and 3 oceans. Important lines of latitude. Besides the equator and the poles, there are 4 other important parallels of latitudes. The Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south, the Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degrees south, the Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north, the Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north. Vertical, line running from north to south. Horizontal, line running from the east to west. Lines of longitude. Lines of longitude are also called meridians, which extend from the North Pole to the South Pole. They divide the Earth into segments. These lines intersect at the North Pole and the South Pole. Read the facts about longitudes. Longitudes are also measured in degrees. All longitudes are equal in length. The prime meridian or Greenwich meridian is at 0 degree longitude. The lines of longitude on the Earth are drawn to the east or west of the prime meridian, which is the starting point for measuring longitude. This prime meridian separates the Earth into 2 hemispheres, the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. When giving the longitude of a place, we use the letters E or W to say whether it lies to the east or west of the prime meridian. Wildfires are becoming more severe in Amazon rainforest located near the equator. This is partly due to global warming. International Date Line (IDL). The International Date Line lies at 180 degree east and 180 degree west longitude. We use it to mark the boundary between one day and the next. It is sometimes called the line of demarcation. This imaginary line does not run straight but goes zigzag to avoid crossing through countries and territories which would divide them in half. At the international dateline, each calendar day starts at midnight according to an international agreement. For example, If it was Sunday to the west of ideal, it would be Saturday to the east of it. When crossing the international dateline from west to east, a day is subtracted, and when crossing from east to west, a day is added. Measuring time. Longitudes help us to measure time because the Earth takes 24 hours to complete one full rotation. The Earth is divided into 360 degrees and it moves 1 degree every 4 minutes. So the time difference between two adjacent meridians is 4 minutes. When we travel east from the international dateline, we gain time, and when we go west, we lose time. That's why we must reset the time in our watch when we reach a different country. Locating places. Latitude lines and longitude lines help us to find specific locations on the Earth's surface. Latitude measures the distance from the equator. Longitude measures the distance east or west of the Greenwich meridian. These lines form a grid on a map which looks like a pattern of squares. We use this pattern to find places on the map. The exact location of a place or its coordinates is where its latitude and longitude lines cross. Coordinates are given in degrees with latitude listed first. For example, if Goa is at 15 degree north and 73 degree east, it means it lies where the 15 degree north latitude line and 73 degree east longitude lines meet. Do you know the Global Positioning System (GPS) is a modern method for locating places on the earth. Scientists use the Coordinated Universal Time (CUT) is the time standard to set all time zones in the world. Grid, a network formed by intersecting vertical and horizontal lines. Coordinates, a set of numbers used to indicate the position of a point where a latitude and longitude intersect. Have a mind map. Are you ready? Yes. So latitudes and longitudes. So these are the imaginary lines. In latitude we have horizontal circles. They are equidistant. They are measured in degrees. When coming to longitude, it's all about vertical lines. Prime meridian is 0 degrees, measured in degrees, east or west. International dateline, 180 degree east and west, line of demarcation, day boundary. And when it comes to measuring time, Earth rotation is 24 hours, time difference is 4 minutes per degree. And locating places, latitude and longitude grid. And coordinates, example 15 degrees north, 73 degree east. And the other important lines are equator at 0 degrees, Tropic of Cancer at 23.5 degree north, Tropic of Capricorn at 23.5 degrees south, the Arctic Circle at 66.5 degree north, the Antarctic Circle at 66.5 degrees south. So let us quickly have the chapter at a glance. Are you all ready? There are imaginary lines called latitudes and longitudes on the globe which help us locate places. Lines of latitude run east to west and the equator is at 0 degree latitude. Important latitudes, the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn, the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle. Lines of longitude or meridians run from the North Pole to the South Pole. The prime meridian 0 degree longitude separates the Earth into Eastern Hemisphere and the Western Hemisphere. International dateline 180 degrees longitude marks the boundary between different days. Longitudes help us to measure time as Earth takes 24 hours to complete one full rotation. Latitudes and longitudes form a grid on map. They which help us to find specific location.